How you doing, everyone? Welcome back. Well, Oklahoma. Oklahoma. What are you doing, Oklahoma? Don't get me wrong, right? Oklahoma is not a bad place. I personally would not want to live there, but nothing against Oklahoma. It's just not home, right? I do have a problem with some of the stuff that's going on there politically, particularly as it pertains to education. In fact, your guy, right, the superintendent of the, I don't know exactly what his title is, but he's a superintendent, I believe, of all the schools in the state of Oklahoma, right? And this is the guy who insisted that we have to have a Bible in every classroom, we have to teach from the Bible in every class. Never mind the fact that, some classes are not, there's no relevance biblically. I like the idea of teaching from the Bible, teaching about the Bible in public schools, provided that you also teach from the Quran, the Torah, and any other religious texts, right? I actually like that idea, and the reason that I like that idea is as a way to promote understanding amongst people who believe different ways, right? So, by the way, no, again, not a beer. Sprecher soda. This is a cream soda from Sprecher, and no, they are not a sponsor of this video. I wouldn't turn them down, though, if they offered. So, maybe the superintendent in Oklahoma has been drinking, though. Because, all right, the biblical-based education is one thing, right? And that's going to end up getting shot down on constitutional grounds, if it hasn't already. But what is he doing now, right? What is this guy up to? Oh, by the way, before I get into that, the very specifically, the Bibles in the classroom, again, I don't know if this has been overturned or not, but the Bibles in the classroom must contain Old Testament, New Testament, which obviously, because that's the Bible, must also contain the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, Pledge of Allegiance, and how many Bibles do you know that have that? I can name one. And first of all, as a Christian, I don't think that belongs in the Bible at all. It does not belong in the Bible. Because not just the whole separation of church and state thing, right? That's part of it. But the Bible, you show me anywhere in that Bible where the United States has special standing with God. Anywhere. Show me anywhere. Even just one verse. Show me one verse. And you won't be able to do it. Therefore, I find it to be blasphemous. I find it to be blasphemous that they would include American documents in the Bible. right? So, but that's, which Bible are we talking about, though? That's the Bible that Donald Trump was promoting, that he put out there with Lee Greenwood, the God Bless the USA Bible, or whatever they called it. Listen, Lee, Mr. Greenwood, everybody loves that one song that you did, right? Everybody loves that one song. But that song is now 40 years old. All right? You were never a big star except for that one song. I cannot name a second Lee Greenwood song. Dude is literally a one-hit wonder. Right? And he's been riding that one hit for decades. That's a whole lot of time to ride one song. I mean, could you imagine if Vanilla Ice was still out there doing his Ice Ice Baby thing? Or Tommy Two-Tone? You know, they're still calling up Jenny, 8675309. Jenny has a cell phone now, so that line has probably been disconnected for quite a while. You know, you don't hear Rupert Holmes out there still going on about, I mean, everybody knows the song. And yes, actually, I do like pina coladas. And yes, you can hate me for putting that earworm into your head just now. But, I mean, that's the only Bible that is allowed in Oklahoma classrooms. So it's almost like there might be a political motivation behind it. But what is Oklahoma doing now, right? Forget the Bible, because that may have been overturned. Again, I don't know for sure. Let's just assume that that was. But what are they wanting to teach now? They want to teach the truth about the 2020 election. And by truth, they want to teach the conspiracy theories about the 2020 election. Oh, there's some theories about 2024 as well. And some of them make a little bit of sense, at least on the surface, but I'm not going to delve into that, and I'm not going to promote conspiracy theories. Right? I'll debunk conspiracy theories, but I'm not going to promote them. But anyway, they want to teach that, people had doubts about the legitimacy of the 2020 election. You know why people had doubts about it? Because it was drilled into their heads. This is why there were massive, widespread doubts. Right? It was drilled into their heads. Well, I can only lose if there's fraud. And then he comes out election night. Frankly, we did win this election. And, putting out posts on social media. Stop counting. Why? As far as the dumps of batches of ballots, that's a normal thing that happens in every election, right? Because, let's just take my state of Iowa, for example, right? let's just say Emmett County, for example. That's up north. And up north, Emmett County doesn't have a whole lot of people in it, right? They can have the whole county counted in 5 minutes. Exaggerating, of course, but you get the idea, right? But then let's move to Polk County, where Des Moines is located. Now, Des Moines, just the city, has roughly 250,000 people. The metro area, which spans more than just Polk County, but the Des Moines metro area has roughly 500,000 people. So, it's going to take a little bit longer to count the Des Moines area, right? Polk County is going to take a little bit. Same thing with Lynn County, where Cedar Rapids is located. Cedar Rapids has about 120 or so thousand people. 120, 125,000, somewhere in there. And, I don't know, 250,000, maybe 300,000 in the Cedar Rapids metro area. It's going to take a little bit. Now, let's spread this out to, states like Pennsylvania, right? Pennsylvania has cities like Philadelphia. I don't know the population of Philadelphia, but I'm fairly certain there's over 1 million people there. People from Philadelphia, or anyone else who may know. Please correct me if I don't have that right. But Philadelphia is a big city. In Michigan, Detroit, which has, 600,000 or 700,000 people? Big city. Wisconsin. It has Madison, which has, 250,000 maybe? Or maybe even more than that. And Milwaukee, which is a big area. They take longer to count. So, the doubts were there because the doubts were sown in advance. And then you get Mike Lindell, and you get, people from, congressional representatives who were, by the way, they were there running for their lives in the Capitol. The mob overthrew, or tried to overthrow, our government. So, yeah, Oklahoma, you may be okay, but you're not okay, if you know what I mean. Politically, yeah, I have an issue with Oklahoma. Otherwise, I think Oklahoma is a great place. I have nothing against Oklahoma at all. Except for, like I said, politically. Anyway, like I said, you may be okay, but you're not okay. Catch you next time.